And if you want to survive as a business, above all else, not only do your prices and value proposition need to be there, but customer service is completely dying right now, guys. Earlier in November, there was a Marriott hotel that just abruptly shut down its operations in the middle of the day, and they just locked guests out of the hotel. Imagine something like that happening. You have your suitcase, all your personal belongings inside. Sorry, we're closed. You can't come back in. Even the staff at this Marriott hotel were blindsided by this and were unaware of what just happened and had to break the news to the customers. Imagine how good of a day they had at work. And this is a symbol of how customer service has completely fallen apart. In fact, 77% of Americans have recently reported a product or service problem in the past 12 months. This is the highest in history of the National Customer Rage Survey. It was 74% in 2023, 66% in 2020, but get this, only 32% in 1976. That's how much things have deteriorated. You know, when you hear an old boomer saying, oh, the whole country's gone to hell, they're not kidding. It really has. You know, everything has gotten worse since then. I'm not even a boomer, but, you know, coming up on close to 40 years old, I can even say that in my lifetime, things have gotten significantly worse, especially in this aspect. 71% of US and Canadian consumers think companies must improve customer service, which is a record high. And according to the Customer Experience Index, consumer perception dropped for the fourth year in a row, hitting a record low now of 68.3 out of 100. And getting a customer service complaint resolved is more difficult than ever. 68% say that resolving issues now requires high or very high effort, up from the 65% in 2023. And the top frustrations that were expressed are long wait times before speaking to a real person and difficulty figuring out how to even contact the company. A lot of them want you to do those stupid little chatbots and talk to some robot and type everything out instead of just talk to somebody. I hate that. I absolutely hate it, guys. And one thing I will tell you before continuing with this story is that there is a way through this. If there are companies that have been consistently poor in delivering value or service to you, stop buying from them. Stop using them. This is a very easy problem for us to solve, actually. If people would just stop buying services or goods from companies that consistently let them down, those companies would be forced to rethink their situation and improve and pivot or fail and go out of business. But it's your fault they're still in business if you're still buying from them if they consistently suck. Just like McDonald's, people in the beginning of this video, right, complaining how expensive it is, but yet you're going through the drive-thru week after week complaining about the prices. Stay home, dude. Stop giving them your money. This is a really frustrating topic for me, actually, because it's such an easy problem to solve. Like, every time I've gone to a restaurant here in Miami, for example, I've hated it, and the customer service was bad, or the food was bad, or both, I never go back, guys. I don't give it a second chance, because if it was that bad the first time, what are the chances it's going to be much better the second time? Probably not good. And every time one of those places goes out of business, I'm happy to see it. And then, you know, everybody's pivoting towards the subscription model, right? And a lot of companies are using this, and it's very easy to join one of these subscriptions, but it's very difficult to cancel. Even the FTC attempted to create a click to cancel rule, but a federal appeals court struck it down, so it's still difficult to cancel a lot of these subscriptions. Retailers are making return policies more difficult, and a lot of retailers have even introduced return fees or shorter return windows in order to fight back against this. The AI chatbots are like the worst thing that's ever been invented. Many companies are using these so that you have to talk to one of them before you even talk to a human. Even if you have a phone number to call, it's always a robot that answers. You got to go through all those stupid prompts before you can actually talk to someone. In fact, I will just say this. I'm not being paid to say this. I'm saying it because, you know, it's probably one of the best customer service companies I can think of off the top of my head. Discover Bank, guys. It's an online bank, okay? This is the only place that I know of right now in 2025 that if you have a problem and you need to talk to customer service, you call them and a real person picks up the phone within just a minute or two. I don't know of any other company right now that does that. Everybody else makes you go through all the stupid prompts and press a million buttons before you talk to the right person. And supposedly some companies are even offering tiered customer service to wealthier customers and giving better support for people who are willing to pay more. But I don't know of any examples of this. I have never seen this myself. If you know some real world examples, then let me know. According to the data, Chewy, which is one of those pet care companies that sells a lot of pet food and other things like that, has been consistently highlighted as a rare example of great customer service. But a lot of brands are losing customer loyalty because of this. Only 7% of companies have improved their customer service score in 2025, and 25% saw statistically significant declines in their customer service scores. And a lot of analysts are warning that brands are, burning through customer trust and are going to end up paying for it. Well, I hope so. I hope people are going to be smart enough to wake up and stop giving these people your money, because clearly they don't deserve it and they don't care about you. And companies like that, they don't deserve your business. In fact, they deserve to go out of business. And every time one does, I will be the one sitting here laughing and celebrating. I'll tell you that much. So just stop using any of these brands or businesses or services that are not living up to your expectations, guys. Find an alternative. Find somebody else. I know it's difficult sometimes to find an alternative for something, but just do it. You're never going to know unless you try, and it could really end up being worth it. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And if you don't want to wait for my next video to come out, check out this one on the screen right over here, and I'll see you in the next one.